Hi, I'm Noah Robichon. Welcome to the 29th Floor. I'm here today with Kate Davis, our leadership editor, to talk about gender issues in the workplace. We've covered this a lot, and one of the things that we see over and over again is that actually there is this huge case to be made for why women in leadership positions make certain kinds of decisions that are good for a company. So the question remains, why haven't we seen it embraced by more people if there is statistical data that shows that this is a good change, this is a good thing for your organization to do?
Well, I think part of it is it's an uncomfortable conversation for men to have, and for the men that are in the leadership positions to have. Either they don't see it as an issue in their workplace, or they don't feel like they have a place to talk about it.
I guess from my point of view, I'm worried that maybe I'm going to say something stupid, right? I mean, is that sort of what's happening, or is it an unconscious bias? What's at play here?
There's a lot of different places where these issues come up. Again, it kind of starts with asking a lot of questions, like asking questions of yourself, questioning your unconscious bias. Do I have it that I don't know about? And asking questions of the women in your life and the women in the office. What are these issues that they're maybe not saying, looking at your pay gap, scrutinizing it, starting to talk about those issues, and nobody wants to talk about pay, nobody wants to talk about hiring. And then bringing up the things that are traditionally viewed as women's issues that are really men's issues too, things like parental leave policies, things like work-life balance. I mean, these matter to men, these matter to working fathers, and a lot of men and working fathers have said that, and they said, I wish somebody would ask me how I balance work and fatherhood. So start talking about it and start encouraging the other men that you work with to start talking about it too.
I have a kind of stupid question. I keep hearing this word mansplaining. What is mansplaining?
Well, why don't you explain it to me? So mansplaining is when a man explains something to a woman, like explains her problems to her, basically. I think it's an issue between telling and listening, really, rather than saying, I'm a man who cares about this now and I'm going to tell you what your problems are and tell you the solutions to them. It's listening to what those problems are and working together to figure out what those solutions are.
So let's flip it around. We've been talking about the men's role in making this change, which is of course a major component of it, but what do you see as the women's role?
It's women making men feel welcome in this space, because it is understandable as a man that you would feel like this isn't your issue to talk about, what's your place to talk about. You want to avoid mansplaining, you want to avoid all of these things. But for women, it's helping men feel welcome in this space and asking the same things of ourselves that we ask of men, is to be more inclusive. Allow them in the debate about parental leave policies, allow them in the discussion about work-life balance, allow them to write articles on these issues and sit on the panels with you, so you're not just preaching to the choir that you're making this an issue that is relevant for everybody.
Thanks for joining us. We've been doing live chats on this topic. We're going to continue to do live chats and cover this topic on Fast Company. Join us, join the conversation in the comments. See you next week.